It happens all the time. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for being here. I am Tamara Scott, the State Director of Concerned Women for America. Today I'm going to talk to you as a private citizen, as a mother, as a voter, as a taxpayer. Ryan's right. Maine was very active in this. The Concerned Women for America group was in the commercial, and Charlotte Bansley, the state director, shared with me shortly after the ridicule and the hatred that they received, the threats that were brought on their children when they took part in just promoting marriage as God designed it. We are in a battle, folks. This is not a political issue. This is a battle for your future as Americans, for your future as a society, and for your future someday when you stand before the throne. Understand the weight that we are under here. This is not simply a party issue. It's a biblical issue. Now, I expect somebody like Saturday Night Live will come along and make fun. We'll see the church lady revived. That's okay. I'd rather have man mad at me than be a stench in the nostrils of the God Almighty. This is not us against anyone. This is not about hatred. Chuck Colson reminds us that the family is the basic unit. There was a politician once upon a time, who made the comment that it takes a village to raise a child. I wonder if she's seen the village lately. It's what I'm protecting my child from. Again, our forefathers reminded us how quickly we would lose that, how quickly catastrophe would come if we failed to hold up the principles that God had set forth. What's happening in your neighborhood? What's in your wallet? We've got some pretty serious issues, don't we? Looks like some of those prophecies are coming true. But the good news is we can fix it. We've been in tricky situations before. And if we will arise, we can fix this. You and I. This is not about hate. Let me ask you this. Recently there was a series of cars that were recalled by a manufacturer because gas pedals would supposedly take off and people were injured. Would it be hateful to tell someone that they might have a car that was recalled even though they might be embarrassed? Because their car's cool. They were hip. They were doing the in thing. Or is it more loving to tell a man, I hate to tell you bad news, but you might want to have that checked, you're in danger? Seems more loving to me. We recall peanut butter because it's dangerous. If you were sitting across the table from someone and you knew that they were eating contaminated food that would do them bodily harm, would it be more loving to keep your mouth shut or to speak up? You know the truth, and so do I. What we're talking about today is not hateful. Stopping someone from hurting themselves and from hurting society is not hateful. Let me tell you, Dr. Walter Schum from the University of Kansas has done a study. And he says we're yet to find out all of the dangers and all of the concerns about children who are growing up in homosexual households. He said oftentimes these children that are brought into these arrangements, the parents don't stay together for the first 17 years. They're already split up. Oftentimes they split up before 1 year of that child's life is over. We know from the statistics that the best thing for a child is the biological mother and father, two parents in the home in a healthy relationship. How many tea parties are in this crowd? Do we have tea partiers here? What a fun group. They have created awareness. It's been polite activism. But I'm going to tell you something, folks. It's time to put your pinkies down, set the teacup on the table, pick up the energy drink, the amp, the volt, whatever it is, roll up the sleeves, let's get some energy, some caffeine, and let's go to work and get to brass tacks. It costs you, the taxpayer, as high as $280 billion a year for fragmented families. That's according to Family Research Council, May 14, 2009. That's $3 trillion a decade. Now there's another group whose leader is a Democrat out of New York. I think it's the Center for American Values, and they say it's as high as $112 billion a year, $1 trillion a decade. Anybody heard financial problems in Washington lately? If we would correct the breakdown of the family by 1%, We could save the taxpayers $3 billion a year. To sit back and do nothing, you become part of the problem. We all need to help out here. It's too big for any of us. There's plenty of evil to go around.